go. Okay, guys, first and foremost, I told you guys when I came here, it was going to be kind of a challenge because I wasn't going to be able to have my regular Monster and I was going to have to find myself a beverage. And I'm happy to tell you guys that I found two that are phenomenal. So today I'm going to be hitting the Sierra mango juice, the natural juice. This is a really cool company. This is a guy that saw all the wasted fruit, all the fruit that was picked and ripe, and no one would, they couldn't sell it fast enough, so it would just go to waste. And so he created this company where he took all the remaining stuff and he turned it into a juice company. It's called Sierra Juice. This company's raised money. They have tons of different flavors, mango, pineapple, etc. So supporting our local growers and companies, I'm going to be cracking the old Sierra bevy. This is straight from this country, and it is delicious. My, oh my. It doesn't have that carbonation hit like a Monster, but man, it makes you feel like you're doing a little bit better in life than just plugging yourself away with aspartame and caffeine. My caffeine intake has gone way down, and I'm feeling pretty good about it and waking up a lot earlier. Okay. Guys, what I want to say really quick, and I'm going to bring on our guest. I got somebody I want to bring on with us today. I just want to do a word of caution because I've noticed a trend, and this isn't just recently. This is over the past, I don't know how many months since we started this group. But I want to remind you guys, okay? If you're new here, Ben, if you're new here, whoever your name, whatever your name is, whoever you are, we outlined the strategy in this program, in this specific group. This is our free group. Okay, we outline the strategy. Okay, that is pick a niche, pick a city, go and set up a landing page, push ads to the landing page, take the leads, send them to a business owner, hook the business owner, overcome objections, get on a closing call, close the deal, get the credit card, build out the website. Boom, that's the strategy. I just gave it to you in a nutshell. But we don't go into the specific minutia. Okay, we do our best. I'm doing my best to give as much value as possible. And the reason I'm telling you that is because I'm here to give you guys the overall strategy. So you guys know from a high level. But what I've noticed is that people will come in, and we see this very often, like literally once a week. People come in and maybe they're from another group and they know what Rank and Rent is. Maybe they have a couple websites and they've taken another course, whatever. And first of all, my training is going to be different than someone else's because I'm a different person, right? I have got my different set of beliefs, my different set of things that I go by, right? But on top of that, as they come in here, they're like, oh, that makes sense. And it does make sense. And what I've been seeing is people go in and they're like, well, wow, this is cool. Let me go and set up a Google ad. Great. They go set up a Google ad, and $200 later, $500 later, $1,000 later, sometimes $2,000 later, they're messaging and they're dropping comments here in this group. And they go, I'm not getting any leads. I spent $200. Okay. I just want you to be careful and realize that I'm here to tell you my strategy. Now, the reason why I can't share everything is because there's literally not enough time. And the reason why I created the program, Digital Landlords, is for those that want to go fast and those that are willing to pay. If they pay, I can then allocate resources, which is my time, to teaching that in depth, giving the ad copy, blah, 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 blah. Why I'm telling you this, because if you see a comment and it says, I'm not getting any leads, don't just assume that it's somebody in the program. It's most likely not, okay? Most of the people that are having issues are people that came in, they heard that you're supposed to run ads, they start running ads, and they're having struggles, and they're flabbergasted that they're having struggles. Now, if that's you, I admire you for taking action, and I love that, okay? I just don't want people getting confused and thinking, oh, this doesn't work, okay? And for the record, every time I set up an ad, it doesn't work either. Just so everybody knows, I've wasted more money than all of you, or I've spent more money than all of you learning this skill. I have spent 1.39 something. I'm really close to $1.4 million of my own money, not managing other people's money, my own money, running Google Ads. That is how I'm able to teach exactly how to run Google ads. And that is expert mode ads, that is smart campaigns, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So for those of you that have spent $100 and you didn't get a lead, or spent $500, you didn't get a lead, go spend $1 million and come talk to me. Okay. You're not going to get a ton of sympathy from me, because that's exactly why I did it, is so that I could teach it. So if you're going to do it, that's totally like, I love that you're taking action. I just need you to know that you are playing with fire and you need to be careful, because you can spend a lot of money really quick. Okay. Now, if you know ads and you think you know more than me and whatever, maybe you do, then cool. And there's people that have gotten deals in this group that have never taken our program. And I'm excited about that, because once they get the deal, then they realize, oh man, there's more to this. And then they get the deal and, oh, my ads aren't working anymore. Oh, what do I do to scale? Or what do I do now? And so and not only am I okay with it, but I love that people are making money. And we just got off a call just a moment ago. I hopped on a call with somebody that was joining Digital Landlords, and they're like, dude, I can't believe how many people are having success in your group. And I see deals all over the place. And the crazy part is, that's a lot of our students in my program, but that's a lot of people also. Well, a few of them are not. So guys, there's a ton of good resources here. My goal isn't to wave a carrot and say, hey, you got to buy. There's enough in here. If you took the next, I don't know, we got a lot of content, but let's say you took the next 6 months or a year and pieced it together and went through every video, hours and hours and hours, hundreds of hours of content. We've shared a lot. We haven't shared everything, but we've shared a lot. And there's a lot of good information here, but I just want you guys to be careful with that, so you're not doing anything and then trying to say that this doesn't work, because it very much does. My own company, we have landed in the last month, we have landed 4 deals, and it hasn't even been me. It's been my team. I've been doing other stuff. I've been working with Digital Landlords. I've been doing this group. I've been moving. Okay. This works. Does it work perfectly? Of course not. It's an art, not a science, period. That's why it's called the art of pre-selling. Okay. But I do want to tell you guys that I found out a hack, and I was talking to my video editor about this the other day. He's like, dude, I never realized this until I heard you say it. And I shared a YouTube video about this just like 2 weeks ago. You cannot buy back time, right? And Alex Hermosi put it perfectly. He said, when I was in my 20s, all I wanted was to be rich, right? Many of you can relate, or maybe you're in your 30s. All you want to do is get rich and have money and quit suffering and quit having to say no to this. And I can totally relate. And he said, now that I have that money, now that I am rich, and he's very wealthy, he's probably worth multiple 9 figures at this point. He said, once I got the money, I would give anything to go back and be in my 20s. What does that mean? That means time is more valuable than money. And so you cannot buy time back, but you can buy time. And what do I mean by that is, you can find people that have done the thing you want to do, and you can go and pay them to show you how. And that is, I know it's so stupid, and I talk about it all the time, but I'm all about these stupid little principles, and I do them again and again and again. And next thing you know, I'm a millionaire. Next thing you know, I'm making multiple millions a year. Next thing you know, I have 5 real estate properties. Next thing you know, etc. Right? Doing stupid, simple stuff again and again and again perfectly is how you get rich and how you move the needle. Okay. So this is a very stupid, easy hack. Some of you guys are not realizing this. If you want to get a 6-pack and you want to have this specific type of body, and you're like, oh, but I'm short, or oh, but I'm this, or oh, but I'm that. All you got to do is go find the person that has the same body type as you. Maybe they're not super tall. Maybe they're a shorter guy, shorter gal, and that they're jacked and they're ripped, if that's what you want. And you just go to them and say, hey, what does it cost for you to show me how to get that body? That's it. That's the whole thing, dude. And I've been doing this again and again and again. And I've hired people. I discovered this. I know it's like, dude, this isn't a new thing. I know. But a year ago, this clicked to me, and I've spent a ton of money by finding people that I want to emulate, whether it's the body, whether it's the money, whether it's the business, and just paying them to show me. And therefore I am buying time. And guys, I'm doing it right now. I came to this country, and the one thing that I want to make sure that I do business-wise while I'm here, that's not related to this, is I want to make sure to invest in real estate in this country. I want to get a duplex, maybe a couple duplexes here. As you can imagine, much cheaper than the US, and the cash on cash return is ridiculous. Like, make your money back in 3 years and cash flow. Insane if you can find tenants. And I was sitting there going, man, I'm just going to go and I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to go get my builders and I'm going to start doing relationships and blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, dude, why don't you quit being stupid, Nick? And why don't you just go find somebody that's done it 50 times or 20 times? And why don't you just go do a deal with them? And why don't you tell them you'll put up the money and cut them in on the deal by putting up no money? And they'll show you and teach you everything that they've learned doing that 20, 30, 40, 50 times. So what did I do? I found a guy. This dude has 45 properties between Sierra Leone, Liberia, which is right below Sierra Leone, and Ghana. And I literally today sent him a message and I said, hey, man, I want to invest in a duplex at the minimum, and I want to cut you in on the deal, but I need you to show me everything. I'm going to be your pupil. And he's messaged me a couple different things, and we're now working out the details on what that's going to look like. Guys, I know it's so stupid. I don't care what it is. You want to get more spiritual? Go find somebody that is where you want to be and go say, dude, what's it going to take? And guess what? Some of these guys won't even charge you. Okay. You want to have a better relationship with whoever, go find somebody that has the ideal relationship that you want and go and offer them something, money, whatever it is. Sometimes it's not even money that they want. Offer them something in exchange for them showing you how. This is how you buy time, guys. And as you get older, and I know I'm young, but as I've gotten older and as you get older, you realize more and more that this is the most valuable asset out there is time. Okay. I like literally when I lived here 10 years ago, if I needed food, I'd go out of my apartment and I would go and walk down and I'd buy bread and I'd buy eggs and I'd come and cook it. Okay. Since I've been here, they don't have DoorDash here. They don't have freaking Uber Eats. So what did we do? We hired a driver, and so what I do is every other day or every 3 days so far, I just send him down. It takes about 20, 30 minutes to go down. He goes down to a restaurant, buys 6 half chickens, brings them here, throws on some rice, and your boy's saving 30 minutes both ways, 60 minutes twice a week, 2 hours a week times 52 weeks. I'm saving 100 hours with that little thing right there. I am buying time. Yes, it's costing me a premium, but I care more about the time than the money. Okay. So just a little hack. I know I've said it 100 times. Anything you want in life, go find the person that's already done it and say, what can I offer them? Maybe it's money they want. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's some old guy that just wants a mentor, a mentee. And to him, you can add value to him by being interested in him. I'm not saying that's always the case, but it's not always money. But that is a hack. I know it's so stupid simple, but it works. It works every time. Guys, let's hop into the call and the subject of what I want to talk about today. And that is your dream life is 12 months away or less. Your dream life. For me, it was 8 months away. For you, it might be 12. Some of you guys, it might be 3. Your dream life is 12 months away or less. And what I mean by that is, for me, when I got into this business, when I started doing rank and rent, I had this vision of what I wanted my life to look like. It wasn't perfect. I didn't take enough time to really, map it out, but I knew that I wanted to be able to make money from anywhere in the world. Okay. I knew that I wanted to be able to make at least $100,000 per month. I knew that I wanted to be able to make recurring money. I knew that I wanted assets. So I wasn't at the beck and call of my clients or whatever it was that I had. Okay. I knew that I wanted time and location freedom above all else. I knew that I wanted to have investment properties that were paying me outside of digital real estate. And I sit here today very comfortably under this beautiful AC with the electricity. Thank goodness it's on. Very, very grateful. Please, let's keep it on. And I have literally achieved that exact life. Okay. I had this crazy idea many, many years ago, like, well, how cool would it be to be able to move to this country? Because I'd spent time here and I loved it. How cool would it be to move to this country? And then all the reasons why it wouldn't work. Well, what about your family? Well, what about healthcare? Well, But on top of that, what about the money? How are you gonna like, and at the time I wasn't making a lot of money, right? I was doing SEO and I was getting sidetracked by doing all that kind of stuff. And even if I would have come then, I wouldn't have had time to spend doing things here. It would have just been me locked in a room here. I wouldn't have been able to go out. And here we are, 2023, March, the hottest month of the year. It's the dry season. 2 days away from the fasting month for those people in Islam, and we're getting ready to watch them in the streets really put their faith to the test. And that is exactly what I've been able to do. Is that vision that I had, I have achieved with this business model. But what's crazy is, guys, it took me 8 months to go from barely making it to $100,000 a month. 8 months. 8 months. And if I told you and I said, hey, whatever that dream life is, you can have it in 12 months, but you need a couple things. You need a vision of what that looks like. You need to know exactly what you want, because if you're not specific, then anything will work. You need to have the right vehicle. You need to have a vehicle that can get you there. What I mean by that is a business model. Am I saying this is the only business model that can get you there? No, but this business model has things that other ones don't. And then you need to put in work, and there's going to be days when you're going to be tired and you want to take a nap. And some of those days you probably should, but there's going to be days when you need to be on a call and you want to take a nap, and you need to choose the call over the nap. Okay. There's days when after you join, let's say you join Digital Landlords, or you get into this full-time, or maybe not, maybe it's part-time. And those first couple of days, you're staying up late, burning the midnight oil, and you're excited. And then all of a sudden, a couple of weeks later, honeymoon stage wears off, right? And now it's like, oh, I got to build another website. I got to call another business owner. I got to do what again? I want to go out. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be stuck behind my computer. I want to go do this and do that and chase this other business. And the honeymoon stage is going to wear off. But guys, if you do those three things, you have a vision of what you want, you have the right vehicle, and you put in the work. And I mean the work, the right work. You know exactly what to do, and you do it regardless of how you feel, whether you're tired, whether you're sad, whether you're depressed, whatever it is. You do the work you need to do when you need to do it, regardless of how you feel. You can have anything you want, and you can achieve that life literally within 12 months. And that is from experience, not from theory. Okay. Because I know that anyone on this call, I bet you maybe there's 1 or 2 of you or 5 of you that wouldn't be the case, but the majority of you, if you could make $100,000 a month, you could probably live the life you want to live. Okay. Now I know some of us want to go buy airplanes and islands and, you know, Lamborghinis and Aston Martins and Bugattis, as Tate would say. But for the regular person, or for the 99%, with that kind of money, you could do almost anything. Okay. And you can do it here with this model. I didn't get to $100,000 a month selling a course. I didn't get to $100,000 a month starting an OnlyFans. I didn't get to $100,000 a month doing this or that or the rest. I literally took this business model and I ran with it. And I was a scientist in the lab, and I figured out how to pre-sell, and I figured out how to run ads to speed it up and use other people's money. And I figured out how to do it again and again and again. I figured out how to pick a good city and a good niche, and pick a better city and a better niche, and pick the best city and the best niche. And here we are, however many years later, a couple of years later, and I have never been in a better spot in my life. And of all places, we decided to come here because this was my dream. Okay. So with that said, I want to bring on a guest today. This is somebody who literally got in this business about a year ago and has since scaled to, I think, $15,000, might be $14,000 in a year. And I'm going to bring this person on right now. Give me 2 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Boom. We get a little more mango. Hang tight. Nil Ridge. My man.
Good morning.
What's up, bro?
Good evening. How's it going?
Going great, bro. Dude, I'm chasing your beard. Trying.
You got a long way to go, mate. You're looking a little too nice and trim over there.
I know, dude. I know. How you doing, bro? I haven't seen you since I saw you in California in October, and we will spare everyone the story. But that was we'll just leave it.
Yeah,
right
I'm
there.
doing well. Doing a lot better than I was that night. Let's put it that way.
Oh, dude, I love it. Well, one day around a fire pit or something, Neil or I will tell you that story with Neil's permission. But anyway, dude, thanks for being on. Tell everyone where you're at now, real quick. Neil has actually been on this group before, but he did it. I was in Mexico. This is last March, and one of my other students was the one that was on with Neil. So I wasn't the one that did it. So Neil, you know, it's funny. I actually don't know as much about your story as I should. So I'm going to be asking some repetitive questions if that's okay. You cool with that?
Yeah. Yeah,
so,
of course, man.
So I know, but tell everyone where you're sitting right now. Where you at, dude?
I live in Tampa, Florida. And this is my house.
Beautiful.
I work from home. And yeah, this is where I'm at.
Where
I love it.
Are you from Tampa or did you just move there recently? I can't remember.
No, yeah, I'm from England. So I'm from the UK, and I lived in New York for 8 years, and then I moved down to Florida about 6 years ago.
So you went from, did you say London?
No, north of like northwest England.
Okay.
Like Liverpool area, and then I moved from there to Spain. I met a woman and moved to New York, and then now I'm in Florida.
It always starts with a woman. It always starts with a woman, dude.
Yep.
So
it's all about a woman. So
you went to New York, went to Tampa, and guys, I've actually never been to Tampa, but I've been to Miami. And if you're looking to pick up, you know, a needle in your big toe, go hit the beaches on Miami. But from what I understand, you want the beaches that are nice and calm. Go to Sarasota, Tampa, all those areas right there. That's the spot. From what I understand, I know a bunch of people of my friends that have moved to that area.
Best beaches: St. Pete Beach, Clearwater Beach. I'm a little biased because I live here, but you know, I've lived in Spain, Portugal a little bit, and beautiful beaches, but nothing like it. They're wide and yeah, beautiful. No waves to kill you.
That's sick, dude. Okay, so you live in Tampa, and remind me, you got into this space. When was it? Like when you actually got into rank and rent?
It was July 2021.
Okay.
And I was actually a contractor here in Tampa. I ran a paver sealing business where I would seal like brick pavers. And I got COVID, so I was in bed for about 5 days, and I was just looking around the internet for you know, work from home opportunities. I'd worked from home for like 12 years before I was a translator, so I was familiar with working for myself. And so I wanted it back. You know, my contractor business was going well. It was going pretty well, but I knew that to scale it, I would have to add crews and equipment and all that stuff. And I just turned 40, and I was like, I don't want to be going down a physical road. And then I kind of stumbled across Rank and Rent, and so I kind of joined a group and started learning the ropes around July, August 2021.
But it wasn't until, because if I'm not mistaken, it was about last year this time you knew about it. You were kind of putting along, but it's been about a year since you've really been going into it, right? Because when I met you, you may have had a deal, but it wasn't much.
Correct. Yeah, no, I learned kind of, you know, it's like anything. It takes a while to pick it up, right? So the first 4 or 5 months, I was just kind of like learning the ropes, and I hadn't learned what is the meat and potatoes, which is selling the deals, you know. Totally. So I was really interested in the building and the ranking and the backlinks and all that stuff, and I thought it was cool, but that doesn't pay any bills. So all I had was a small toe-in deal, like a turn of the year 2022. And then I actually stumbled across, someone told me about this group, and you do it kind of differently with you know, pre-selling and running ads, and so yeah, I came in and started looking around, and then I think like most people, and I'm not just trying to plug Nick's group here, right? But the program, but like most people, I came in and for like a month, I was like, you know what, I already have 5 months of knowledge, and I'm just gonna take a few nuggets from Nick's group and just to keep doing it that way. And I picked up some good nuggets, but then I was like, oh man, you know what? I got, because I was hearing from people that were in the program. I was like, you know, I don't want to swear, but F it, you know, let's do it. So I signed up in like February 22 last year.
I remember Neil. So Neil applied, and I was still doing all the calls. So I was like, Neil, let's talk, whatever. And he messaged me like a day before and he's like, hey, bro, I actually think, or it was like a week before. He's like, I actually think I'm going to try and go at it by myself. I'm like, okay, cool, bro. Just hit me up. And then like a day later, you're like, nah, dude, let's just talk. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. So, and then you crushed it, bro.
Yeah.
You went to 10K in like a couple months, like just quick, right?
Spot. Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah, in fact, like it was funny, like after you and I spoke and had that first call and I joined the program, I had a prospect lined up for one of my sites since about a month ago, this guy for a tree service site. And after you and I had that call, I just got this kind of, internal juice. I was like pumped, I was like, oh, this is going to be amazing. I've got no excuse. I paid money. I've got to make this work. I literally, that same afternoon, I called that guy up and I sold him on a deal. Like I got my first deal within like 2 hours.
That's
just because I was like pumped up,
In fairness, you sandbagged it, but we'll call it as a win.
Yeah, that was
So how much? What's the exact figure you're making right now from lead generation?
I'm about 14,000 a month.
Okay, about 14K.
That's for.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's gonna be somebody that says how much of that's profit. So I'm gonna ask it because I know you're gonna have. I know for Neil though, because he's been in the game long enough, a lot of his projects are already ranked, so he has a pretty good profit margin. And so he's gonna have it. So anyway, what is your profit margin? Because somebody's gonna ask, or that's the question everyone's gonna wonder.
It's just over 13. I only have one client on ads.
Oh,
and dude. I pay about 900 a month. I pay about 900 a month on ads, and I'm about to get him off ads altogether because I need that one last GMB, and then he's gone. The ads are gone.
So there you go. And this is what's so dope about this model. I'm actually stoked to talk about this. Is guys, the ads are a steroid, right? We get in, we run the ads, boom, we get the deal. And then we go all in on SEO and we get the website ranked, because after the website ranks, we can turn off the ads, right? That's the beautiful thing. And guess what's great? Neil knows this. If December comes and the leads slow down, guess what Neil can do? Turn on the ads for a month, keep the client happy, and shut them back off in the spring, right? Dude, that's insane. That's like what's the math on that? That's like a 90+%, 92, 94% profit margin, something stupid.
Yeah.
What are your costs?
Yeah, absolutely.
What are your costs? You got hosting?
Pull it up right now.
Yeah, pull it up.
So,
we got hosting, we got tracking numbers.
I won't share the screen or anything, but like, yeah, my monthly costs are like, hosting. So I use like High Level, which is like a platform for, like for communications and CRM and hosting. But I run all my websites on there. So it's like, it's $300 a month for that. And it's like unlimited number of websites, as opposed to doing like Weebly where it's like $8 a site.
So are you ranking your high level sites?
Oh, for sure.
Dope.
Really well. Really
well. That's the point. Everyone's like, what should I use? WordPress, Weebly, Wix. Dude's using High Level. He literally inside of High Level ranking websites, and he's making 93% profit margin. So anyway, so you got High Level. That's the cost.
Yeah, that's $300 a month. A lot of them are like minor ones like Ahrefs and Canva and stuff. But those are small software citations. I probably spend, and then I have a VA. I have a husband and wife team, VAs. I spend monthly like $2,600, including everything. That's my staff and everything. So my bottom line right now is just under 10,000, like net.
Amazing. So that's
after all.
So if you take out like if you got 14 minus your ads, you're over 13. But if you take all of your overhead, you're making, let's just call it 10K. You're still making some crazy freaking profit margins, dude. Let me just check this real quick. Let's go 10,000 divided by 14,000. You're making 71% profit margin. And what's dope about that, on top of that being ridiculous, is I bet you could go add 5 more clients and not add a single expense other than maybe a tracking number. Like you don't have to go add 4,000 more. Your husband, wife team VAs, they could probably handle 5, 10, 15 more projects. So you have enough overhead to get you to the next, to 20K, 25K. So that's only going to continue to go up.
Yeah, no, 100%. And what I spent a lot of last year learning was, at this point, and you talk about it a lot, between 10 and 20K is about scaling up, right? And so I'm learning at this point how to, my VAs are building like crazy. We all know about the benefits of like chat GPT and programs using that. Some use it, some don't, whatever, but I'm scaling up very, very quickly so that within, I'm adding like 20 to 30 websites a month. And so within 6 months from now, I'm going to have like so many assets that that I'm hoping to have organically ranked and that I can just go out and sell. And yeah, my costs are going to go up very, very little, so I could be, like you said, I could be at hopefully 30 grand within a few months and still only be paying 2,600 in costs. But the next cost I do have planned just to add this is that I also realize that like I'm starting to, as everyone does, automate certain parts of my business. And I know that the next thing I want to start automating is prospecting and selling, so that much as you do, basically just have them line it up so that I just do the sales call and trying to outsource all.
That's the dream. Go to the beach, go to the gym in the morning, beach in the afternoon, do a sales call in between, and go to bed at night. That's it, right?
Yes, sir.
And that's the other thing is you guys have to remember, you don't have, like when you start, you don't have to have VAs. If he took out his VA, he'd be making another $1,000 to $1,500 a month, let's say, but he'd also have to do the work. So if you want to do this solopreneur style, that's great. But I love that Neil's looking at it going, hey, I'm willing to spend the money to scale this thing up, because that's what you have to do sometimes. You got to buy leverage sometimes, and you can buy human capital and use their hours and pay them less than you're charging. It's called arbitrage, baby. That's it.
Yeah, and I'm also well aware that like I don't need to be buying Lamborghinis for myself yet. I probably never will, but the point is, like, I can pay myself a minimal amount of money to live on so that my family's comfortable. And my wife has a business too. And we're fine with that level, so that any extra, every extra deal I sell brings in extra profit. That is all going towards, scaling up, right? So it's going to more VAs, more software, whatever I need to do to get to that point where it's all almost automated, so that I'm just doing the selling.
Did you think rank and rent was BS when you first heard about it? Like, I'm just thinking of Ben's first time in this call. I don't know if he's new to rank and rent, but I think some people, they come in and they're like, dude, these guys all just have this secret society where they all lie that they're making money and none of them really do. Did you think that, or you thought from the get-go, like, this made sense?
Oh, I was like, so I'd heard about it about probably 4 or 5 years ago. Actually, I came across the same concept. And I don't know who it was that I saw presenting this idea, but I was like, man, that's brilliant. But I was already doing whatever I was doing at the time, so I didn't really pursue it. And then I stumbled across it again when I got COVID, and then it kind of jogged my memory. And I was like, no, this is outstanding. Like, I knew instantly that this is like a brilliant idea. I didn't really have much of an opinion on the people in the space because I didn't know anything about, you or other people that do it, and I was just like, so I couldn't really form an opinion on that. I was just sold instantly by the concept. And I was like, this is it's a no-brainer. There's nothing like it that can generate passive income on that scale, So yeah, I was in.
So when you got into it, let's say 2021, you had COVID, how much were you making doing the day-to-day 9 to 5?
Well, yeah, I was running my business. I had, like I said, I had a contracting business for doing like sealing brick pavers. That was starting to do well. I was probably pulling in for myself between 1,500 and 2,000 a week.
Okay. So
that's what I was paying myself, which is, it was good money. And it was absolutely scalable. There's a massive demand for it in Florida. And so I saw a way to scale it. And I was happy, I was like, this is cool. I can add crews and I can buy equipment and it's going to do really well. And then this came along and I'm just like, this blows out the water. Like, yeah. And I get to stay home like right now and I'm just nibbling on like I'm not pressure washing, I'm not sealing, I'm just in my house.
Yeah, just relax it. And you'll probably live a lot longer life and your body won't break down and all that stuff. But no, it's the thing is, like, guys, you can make money, a lot of money doing a lot of things. Like, look at all the people on OnlyFans slaying it, dude. You see that guy that walks around, he's like, hey, how'd you buy your Lamborghini? And they're like kind of shy, like, oh, I do OnlyFans. Cool. But this, or you can do it, you could go be a concrete guy and be the best concrete guy. You can make a ton of money, right? But you're still trading your time for dollars. This is assets. This is recurring. This is scalable. So even if you were making the exact same amount of money as you were making then, this is 10 times better because you have time freedom, location freedom, and you're not beating your body to death. And if you wake up with COVID tomorrow, you still make money.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you go to sleep tonight and it's cliche, but you're still making money while you sleep. But another cool thing about it is, which I hope, I don't have to ever go down that road, but it's like, now that I know what I know, thanks to Rankin Man, if for some reason I ever did, like things go badly, I know that I can build a business in pretty much any niche and generate myself free leads. And if I decide I want to start a concrete business right here, I can go and do it, and it won't cost me anything in ads, and I can literally pull in $50,000 a month in leads like within 2 months. You know, it's great knowledge. It's great knowledge that you're giving yourself. You know,
there's so many, once you can generate the leads, there's so many ways you can take it. It's almost like you have to stop yourself from doing it, because just because you can doesn't mean you should. But what Neil's saying is like the options are there, so that if maybe he gets bored of it and he's like, dude, I just want to go start a company or he wants to go start a company for, do you have any kids?
I have 2.
Do you have a boy?
Yep. 2 young girls. Two young girls.
Well, let's say maybe your girl's like, hey, I want to go freaking start throwing a power washing company. Who knows? Or concrete, just cause. Right. You could go and start that. Obviously you're not going to, but like, it just gives you those options. Like you can generate leads in any niche, and you could literally take an idea today. You could have this, you could be laying in bed or nibbling on whatever you nibble on and be like, hey, I think I want to get leads for that. Let's call it sport water rentals, whatever, right? You could get leads in any niche. Stupid, dude. And leads are what drive the business.
100%. I actually do my wife's as well. She started a business the same month that I started mine, and she does like a therapy business. And I built her website, and I think now she gets a lot of referrals, which are obviously the best leads there are. But I still get her probably 50% of her business just from the website that I built. So that is also my income. You know, it's great.
Did she give you a cut on it?
No, actually, I got to get on her about that.
You put her on a flat fee, dude. You put her on like a $2,500 a month flat fee, bro.
I really should. Yeah, she's getting the bad deal. It's too good.
I love it, dude. What's your goal? Like when you start, what's your goal, ideal lifestyle, like money, lifestyle? Like, what do you want this to look like? I want you to say it on this, because when it actually happens, I want us to be able to come back to this. Like, let's just say in a year or whatever, what do you want this to look like? Are you in the same house doing the same thing? Are you freaking riding hot air balloons around the world with Richard Branson? What do you want this to look like in a year?
Yes, I think about it a lot. I mean, actually, so yeah, I set my my goal, end of year goal, like anyone, and like work towards it. I'm not necessarily, see, the thing is, I think, everyone has this probably propensity to change when they get a lot of money, right? I don't know what'll happen if when I'm a millionaire from this. It could be that I turn into this guy who wants a Ferrari. But right now I don't really see that. I see just like, I like traveling with my family. I'm actually going right now a month-long trip to Europe in June, and that's off the back of this. So because I know that when I'm there, I can still be making the money, that I'm making passively. So,
dude, don't you love that, bro? I can't remember. Or no, I do remember. There's a guy. Yeah, can you hear me? Am I good now? Neil,
your image is frozen, but I can hear you.
Okay, how about now? Can you still hear me, or am I frozen?
I can definitely hear you. Yeah.
Okay, we're just gonna keep going, but I think it should come in and out.
No, I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
Hear me?
Yeah, we're good.
You're good.
Okay, cool. No, it's cool, dude. I remember talking.
Yep, you're good.
I remember talking to Jordan Villanueva, I think is his name, and he said, like, dude, I can't imagine, living my whole life and not going and hiking this mountain range or visiting Europe or whatever. So it's so cool that it gives us the ability to do those things. And even if travel isn't your thing, it gives you options, right?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, 100%. And like you talk a bit about as well, or actually probably a lot about getting into the mindset of a millionaire or whatever it is you want to be, of however much money you want to make. And I think I've definitely embraced that already. Like I'm already spending money that I don't really have yet. But I know that it's coming in because I'm so kind of confident in the way this year is shaping up that I'm kind of like happy to do that. But it's true though. It's a mindset, right? Like there's one idea that you shared that resonated with me, which is when you go to a restaurant and you don't look at the right side of the menu because you don't have to. Like, I think that's really cool. And I actually said to my wife last night, when we go to Europe, like we're going to Italy and we want to eat good food, and I said I'd love to be able to go there and we won't look at the right side of the menu the whole trip, and that would just be that would be awesome.
Yeah, I love that, dude. It's like, why not, right? If somebody can do it, why can't you?
I think you've gone again.
You know.
Yep.
Cool. Well, let's do this, bro. I only got
you're going in and out a little bit.
we only got a few more minutes. I want to just ask you one or two questions, and I know the internet's kind of being weird, but let's just ask you one or two questions before we dip off. Okay, you good with that?
Sure. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, of course.
Ben Miller says, you said you're waiting on GMB. Are you getting their GMB or setting up your own? If so, are you getting around video verification?
Lately I've been getting my own GMBs from my house. There's a bunch of different techniques that people use. I've tried using proxy servers in my house. I'm in the process of trying to hire somebody else, but doing it from my own house, my own IP, just open an incognito browser and just, the idea is that Google trusts you a lot because you're constantly navigating, you're constantly browsing, right? You're always using your internet. So I guess the theory is that they trust you really well. So I open an incognito browser and I create a new Gmail, and then I just go in and through the steps and open a GMB. And I want to say probably 80% of them are instant verification and a few are postcards. And then I actually have a video verification to do this morning. And yeah, they work more or less. I've probably 2 out of 3 works, I would say.
That's awesome.
You got to just prepare it right. Make sure you're well prepared for the video.
So
like I one recent video verification that I got, I remember because I have a truck and I'm trying to get a video verification for like pavers. And so I printed out this like on an A4 piece of paper, like, the name of the business, the asset that I created, and then the number and all that stuff. And I literally stuck it on the side of my truck. And I threw a couple of tools in the back. I didn't have any tape to stick it on. I stuck it on with some of my kids' Disney stickers. Stuck it on my truck. No, and I filmed the whole thing, and I filmed my computer and all that, and it worked. It verified. So.
Oh my! So you use Disney stickers as tape.
So but GMB,
That's amazing, bro.
Yeah, and it worked. They bought it. I was pretty happy.
I love it, dude. I love it. Well, guys, I appreciate you guys being on. I apologize. The internet kind of got a little choppy at the end, but it was good for most of the time. Nil, dude, thank you so much for coming on, man. You're somebody that people should be paying attention to, watching. You're absolutely crushing it, dude. And I can't wait to see where you're at the end of this year and in a year from now. Guys, no matter what you want to achieve, if you want to just be at the beach, maybe you have a business like Nil did, and you want to just get out of the business because it's breaking your body down and you're tired of it, you can achieve freedom, time freedom, and do that through this business model. And until you separate your time from your money, you will never get rich. So Nil, thank you, bro.
No worries, buddy. Nice talking to you again, man.
Okay.
Hope you guys and the family are well out there.
We are, dude. Thanks so much, guys. Appreciate you guys being on. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye-bye.